After a long time of guessing, of trying to understand how your avoidant feels, why they're behaving the way they are, all the things leading up to the breakup. And after all of that, suddenly they come back and they want friendship, and you're struggling to understand why they would want that, even though they've left you. Now in this video I am going to explain a few things that may surprise you about why they do this, but I also do want to caution you on whether you should actually accept this friendship, or whether you should move forward with your own independence. Now before I explain anything in detail, the one thing we must understand about avoidance is they react from fear and anxiety, from a place of panic. Avoidant attachment is simply an inability to self-regulate the feeling, being unable to challenge their inner critique. They have a level of extreme self-reliance to the point that they don't like vulnerability, they don't like letting people in, because it makes them feel like they're losing their independence. So running away from you, leaving the relationship, was never actually about you, it was about an internal issue. Basically running from themselves because they can't sit in that vulnerability without fear and anxiety stemming from their avoidant tendencies, which are stemmed from early experiences of emotional neglect, which they associate with emotional closeness or intimacy because they don't know how to sit in it. So now they're out of the relationship, they no longer have that fear and anxiety that's weighing on their shoulders, they have all the independence that they could possibly ask for. Now they come back, now they want friendship. But I'm kind of just going to get straight to the point. The main reason they want it is because it keeps an emotional attachment to you. They probably didn't want to walk away from the relationship, they likely still love you and have strong feelings for you, but they're just unable to sit romantically in a relationship with you at this point. So having you as a friend, having access to your life, having access to talk to you as and when they please, possibly even seeing and experiencing life with you still, gives them the ability to share life with you without being romantically together. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's a malicious act and that they're there because they have access to you, they almost have the cake and eat it, they don't have to be with you but they can still experience life with you. But it does mean they're struggling to sit with you romantically and stay there. But there are two very important sides to this that you must be aware of to help heal yourself and not let yourself get stuck in a loop that you don't want to be in. The main one being, this is going to be a lot easier for the avoidant because they can continue running from their feelings but still have access to you, which makes letting go of the relationship and the shame and guilt they associate with making that decision a lot easier for them. And two, it's going to be a lot harder for you because they left you, you loved them, you wanted this relationship to work, and now suddenly you've gone back to less than you were before but still have access to them. Which is going to be extremely difficult for you because you can feel the weight of the emotional connection that still remains between you without the ability to actually move forward with a romantic connection, which often leads to reminiscing, nostalgia, and looking forward to the future possibility of you two reconnecting without the guarantee that it'll ever happen. And that's where the danger comes in, because you can sit there and be friends with someone that you love and deeply care about, but whether or not it's going to be healthy for you is a completely separate issue. And the hard thing is you can feel the care, you can feel the love, you can feel that sense of them wanting to be there for you and still wanting to be part of your life, but they're still not giving you what you ultimately need. So it's easy to get lost in that decision of, okay, well if I stay here, at least I still have them. At least the door is still open for us to reconnect because this gives us the best opportunity. She can just turn around to me or he can just turn around to me at any point and say, okay, yeah, let's get back together. But on the contrary, it could be the complete opposite. They could sit there and give you every reason why you're good together, but never make the decision to actually get with you. And believe it or not, contrary to most people's belief, the only time an avoidant really feels the loss and grief of a relationship that they decided to leave is when they have no access to you, when you normally enter a phase of no contact, where you completely cut them off, and then they can feel the emotional weight of what has been lost. Because for an avoidant, they simply avoid emotions that come with emotional connection, with emotional vulnerability. So naturally when you're around them, whether it is romantic or platonic, they still have access to the emotions that they can see from you, which means they don't have to internalize or interpret their own behavior because they're still around you. So long as they see a smile on your face and they see you're happy and they see that you still care about them, they're not going to look inwards and go, did I make the right choice? Because so long as you're playing their game, so long as you're giving into what they need and what they want, they feel no need to change. And that's where you need to be really, really careful about what you decide for yourself, not only for them or for what you want long term, but what is right for you right now. And ironically, usually when you choose yourself, they start to choose you back. Because an avoidant doesn't realize what they've lost until they no longer have access to it. And it's not to play games, it's not to be malicious, it's not to be manipulative, but you need to do what's right for you. And usually that's choosing yourself. And in all honesty, if your avoidant can't overcome a lack of emotional agency, self-regulation of wanting to run away or needing that independence, you'll never be able to build a long-term relationship with them. And until they show signs of healing, you'll forever be stuck in emotional limbo, indefinitely waiting for them to choose you back in the way that you need them to. So the real question is, we can love them with every ounce of what we have, we can fill their cup 100%, but do they fill ours? Are you fully happy? Can you live with what is presented to you right now? That's the biggest question you should ask yourself. I really do hope this was helpful to you in some way. I've been in this situation before. It's not easy at all. If you are interested, I do offer one-to-one calls. There's a link in my profile where you can speak to me directly, and we can go through your situation and hopefully provide you with some clarity or information about what to do moving forward. However, I won't push that service. If you want it, it's there. But I really do hope this was helpful to you in some way. If it was, and you have any questions for me whatsoever, please leave it in the comments. I will try to answer you. Just always prioritize yourself. Don't leave yourself behind and prioritize them over yourself.